How's it guys? Okay, Marlon from Anglers Talk has asked me to do another video on some bait presentation and lures and traces obviously for snook. This is the last one we did was for the Kuta. This is its sister, the Queen Mackerel. Kuta obviously being a King Mackerel, aka snook here in Natal. It's not the same snook that they winding in the Western Cape at the moment. It's a very good table fish, nice fighting fish, soft mouth, so fish light drag and fish light tackle. I'm going to go into a couple of lures and just show you what we can do for them, and then go into the trace that we use mainly on the kayaks and on the jet skis. There are the ski boats that also use it. Very, very effective trace, and I'll go through it with you and show you how to do it. Okay, so the first thing we've got here is one of our trawling lures. This is one of my go-tos. It's the little Strike Pro. They normally come with a little feather on the back hook. I normally change the hooks. They're a little bit undergunned on those hooks. They seem to rust and they bend open quite easily, so I've just upgraded the hooks a little bit on this one, and they work very, very well. You get them in one or two little colors. It's also got a little ball bearing in. They work very well. On the jet ski, I would tow this at about 8 k's an hour. Or in your no wake mode, I find works very well for snook. Sometimes you have to speed up or slow down, and then while you're trawling, you always got your eyes open, looking for the snook busting, looking for the bait balls, things like that, and always have yourself a little flick stick ready. So I'm just going to show you a little one I've got here. This is one of the ones I've got. It's a little Luma Ski Wave, and I've got it with a little Pen Spin Fisher 5000, and it's got 30-pound braid, 40-pound fluoro, and this casts a spoon an absolute mile, fights a fish lovely, and yeah, it's a nice light, inexpensive setup, and it works very, very well. So what I would generally throw at the snook, my first go-to is the Fish Inc. Flanker 115. It's a sinking lure, so as it hits the water, you basically want it's got a lovely action. They basically can't leave it alone. As you can see, this one here has got very little color left on it. They seem to obliterate it. The next thing we go for is obviously the little spoons. I've got two different ones here. This is a Chase 45-gram bullet spoon. It's been chromed. It works very well. And then another one that works very, very well is the Chase mirror spoon, or mirror sprat, 22-gram. And you also get the Kingfisher version of it, which is called the anchovy, if I remember correctly. It comes in about 3 different sizes. I would suggest get a couple of different sizes of spoon, because you want to match the hatch. So when you're fishing for them, if you see the bait balls jumping, or if you do catch one, hopefully he'll spit out a couple of baits and you can see the size of the bait that they're eating, because you need to match your lures to that size. If you throw a bigger lure or a bigger spoon at the snook, you'll be throwing all day. If the baits are smaller, they just won't touch it. And then from that, we're going to go on to what I actually was going to do the video about. This is our snook fillet trace, or it's a snook trace, but you use a little sardine fillet on it. The best for me is a red eye sardine fillet. So basically what this is, you've got a little snooky duster on here, tiny little swivel on there. The snooky dusters are same as your Kuta dusters, they've just got less tassels on them. You get a couple of different versions of them. And then, so what we do is we've got a little bite trace in the front from the swivel through onto a loop. I don't know if the camera can see that, loop in loop. So that goes there. We use a heavier wire here because we're making a stiff rig, and I'm going to use about a 4.0 here, and I'll show you how to make that stiff rig now, so that you can see how to do it. This one here is a bought one, I think, if I remember correctly, and I do it slightly different. I'll show you on mine. So on my haywire at the end here, I don't finish it off neatly. I leave a little spike sticking up there. Reason for that is when I take my fillet, so you'll take the tail end of your sardine fillet or your red eye, and you'll put it here over the eye of the hook, and obviously the hook through the fillet, so you'll have your bait sitting like that, and then you'll cotton it on here. But that little spike there helps to hold the bait on. Just you pin it onto that spike there, you wind it on a couple of times there, and you don't put cotton on the rest of it. You keep it as wide and as natural as possible, and that there will obviously be finished with the little loop on loop into the duster and the swivel. But now obviously you're not going to be able to see how I do the stiff rig if I did it with normal wire. So I've got some heavy duty electrical wire. It's red just so that you can see it. It's easier to see what I'm doing on the video, and a hook with a bigger eye just to show how to do the stiff rig. So first things first, the stiff rig side of the wire, I use about a number 7 wire. 6 would also work well. And then on the front section, I use a number 4 wire. I use a short trace. Some guys use a long. That's personal preference. I personally don't think you need the long one. But yeah, this is how we do it. So push it through from the front of the hook, like such. You go around the front of the hook, all the way around back to the front of the hook. So you've gone completely around the shank of the hook. Then you will push it back through. You will more than likely need a pair of pliers. Take care not to kink your wire, because that's what creates weak spots. You're going to need to practice this a couple of times until you get it right. But get some old wire, some old traces, cut them up, and then do it. And then from here is obviously going through the front and the back hook. As you can see, we're going to do our haywire twist. There you're going to do 3 to 5 twists. And remember, that part of your haywire twist is the important part. That is where the strength in your haywire twist comes. Not these neat little tightly bound windings of it. So the guys that can't break it off properly and things like that and battle with it, this is where it's going to be easier for you, because as I said earlier, you're going to leave that tag end on for attaching your wire, or at least you'll fill it onto that. So you're going to clip it off there with your side cutters. You don't have to get it off neat and close. So you'll put it on there, tie it on, and then that'll get the whole job done. So yeah, I hope that helps you guys get some fish. And yeah, I just want to say stay safe during the lockdown. And for the guys that have brewed their own as well, like I have, cheers boys, enjoy.